Good morning, dear children. Today we are going to understand a beautiful poem, The River, which is written by Valerie Bloom. So, before beginning the explanation, I would like to give a small introduction about Valerie Bloom. Valerie Bloom was a poet and a novelist, and she was born in Jamaica. And she was very much fond of scenic beauty. That's why in this poem also she has uh, explained very beautifully the different phases of a river. Now let's see. The river's a wanderer, a nomad, a tramp. He doesn't choose any one place to set up his camp. See, from the first line itself, we can understand that the river is personified. Personified means personification means considering a thing, a non living thing, into a living thing or human being. Okay, so here the river is personified as a wanderer, a nomad, and a tramp. Meaning of wanderer is a person who travels aimlessly, okay, or you can call a traveler in easy sense. A nomad, again, a person who does not stay long in the same place, okay. And the tramp is also a person who is roaming here and there aimlessly without any aim in the life, okay. So river is just like a wanderer, a tramp, and a nomad, okay. Means a wanderer who keeps on moving from one place to other without stopping at any particular place for long. That means the river does not stop at any one place. It moves on continuously and never stops, okay. So that's why here the river is considered as a nomad, a wanderer, and a tramp, because these three persons these type of people do not have any aim in their life. They just move from one place to another. They don't know where they are going. So same is with river also. It does not know where it will go and meet, but it flows continuously, aimlessly, okay. The river's a winder through valley and hill. He twists and he turns. He just cannot be still. So these lines means the river is characterized as a winder. Winder means having lots of something which is having lots of twist and turn. Okay. It keeps twisting and turning and just can't seem to be able to keep still. That means it moves on continuously, whether it has to turn, whether it has lots of twist, okay. So that is the thing, and it never stops or rest even though there are valleys or hills up front. Means it flows down the valleys also, it flows down the river hills also. Though there are so many barriers in front of it, it continue flowing by adapting the surface of the earth. Adapting the surface of the earth means it flows on continuously, uh, though it has so many obstacles in front of it, okay. Means it is having an adaptive feature in it, that it can take shape of any of the object, okay. If it is flowing from the valleys, it will become narrow. When it is a river, it is broad. When it is a fountain, it is very thin in size. So like that, it has adaptive features in it. It talks about the inability of the river to remain at rest like a child who is unable to keep still. So here the poet is comparing the river as a small child, or a person who cannot keep means who cannot be still at a place, okay. Like river cannot stop at one place. Say like children, small children who cannot sit at one place, or they just want to move here and there, roam here and there, like the same way the river is also behaving. The river's a hoarder, and he buries down deep, those little treasures that he wants to keep. Now here the river is portrayed as a hoarder. Hoarder is a person who likes to accumulate or gather things which are well hidden or guarded from others at its base or bottom. So here the river is treated or portrayed as a hoarder. Hoarder means a person who tries to collect or accumulate the things from others, or try to hide the things from others which he does not want to show to others. Okay. Because when the river flows, it won't stop to evade things which come across its way. You might have seen rivers when they are flowing, they uh, take with them whatever things are coming in front of them, whether plants, pebbles, stones, whatever the case may be. All the things it means it takes away with it, and slowly it settles down at the bottom of the riverbed. So okay, so that's why the river is called a hoarder, like a hoarder, or also try to collects all the necessity or the necessary things which he requires from others, so that others cannot get it, and hide it somewhere where no one can see it. So same way river is also doing whatever things are coming in front of it or coming across it. It is accumulating all the things and keeping it safe inside the riverbed. All the hidden things at the bottom of the river gives it a mysterious aura. So, because of this feature of the river, that means the way it collects all the things, it is getting a mysterious aura. That means it is getting a mysterious look. The river's a baby. He gurgles and hums and sounds like he's happy, sucking his thumbs. Now see, again the river is being personified as a small child, a baby. The river is pictured as a baby. The sound of running water of river is characterized as the sound of baby gurgling, humming and sucking his thumb. Now the sound of the river is coming as if the baby is gurgling. Gurgling means making sound from the mouth. Humming, that means singing very softly, and sucking his thumb. Sucking his thumb means you might have seen children, no, they used to suck their thumbs. So what kind of sound it is coming out from their mouth, same way the sound of the river is also coming. In addition, a baby's voice sometimes can be too loud and sometimes it can be too slow. Yes, sometimes when it is very happy, the sound is very high, and when it is sad or when it does not want to talk to someone, it just tries to murmur. Same way the river is also making sound as if it is a small baby. Same goes to the river whenever he goes fast down the stream. Okay, whenever the river goes fast down the stream, the sound is loud, and when it comes to a flat ground, the sound lessen and sometimes it cannot be heard. The river's a singer. As he dances along, the countryside echoes the notes of his song. Now here the river is portrayed as a singer, seeing that the river's movement is significant to the movement of a singer on the stage. Okay, so how a singer behaves on the stage, that means whenever he or she is singing a song, a singer is singing a song, the singer used to means tap the feet or move here and there. Same way the river is also behaving. Okay, it is moving here and there swiftly, creating so many different sounds, and the sound of the flowing water of the river resonates means resembles, and is heard throughout the countryside. That means the sound of the river is same as the singer singing a song, where it is echoing throughout the countryside. Okay, the means when the river flows through the countryside, no, so what happens, the sound of the river echoes throughout the whole area, same as if a singer is singing a song and it is echoing the whole auditorium or the place where the person is singing. The river's a monster, hungry and vexed. He gobbled up trees and he will swallow you next. Now here the another face of the river is shown, means it is treated as a monster, or it is said to be a monster which can cause massive destruction when it's angry. Vexed means frustrated. Okay, so when the river gets angry, when it gets angry, then we pollute it, right? Because when the water level increases, sometimes when it gets flooded, when the water level rises due to any earthquake or anything, any natural calamity, and the speed of the stream is boosted, it will be a disaster that no one could stop it until it elevate itself. So river, when it gets angry, that means when it gets vexed, or when the level of the water rises, so that level is unstoppable, or that destruction which it creates due to the angriness is unstoppable, and it will be a disaster. Okay, until it elevate itself. Until it elevate itself means until it tries to bring back the original level of the river. It shows how a calm river can turn into a destructive force of nature, especially during flood, which in turn can destroy properties and even cause death to people. We have seen so many times in our life also. Whenever a natural disaster occurs, it is unstoppable. We cannot do anything. So the river is also means it becomes a destruction or creates destruction when it gets flooded. Okay, so this is the bad face of the river which is shown here, and this is the thing, and even it causes harm to the properties and even causes death of the people too. So every thing has a good and a bad face. So this that's why the poet is conveying a message through this poem, that the first thing is which the poet wants to convey is that we should be like river. Okay, like we must strive for stability in life. Strive for stability in life means we must not stop. We should try unless we get the success. Also we should take care of the our environment also, and we should not pollute it. This is the second message which the poet wants to convey through this poem. I hope you all have understood the poem well. Okay children, goodbye. Meet you all in the next part.